Yeah. Let's see. This looks like it's working. Yeah, so far so good. And let's see here. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so we should be seeing everything, right?
Yeah, we see everything you see.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes,
No
yes.
problem.
Okay, and we'll call you if we have a
Of course, no problem.
finish. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Okay. Okay, folks. How are we doing? We ended up, today would be a good day to be online, right? When we're getting a storm, but we'll see how we're going. Any questions before I begin? So Danielle, are there any questions we have before we get started? Can people log into Zoom? Can you guys log in? What? I'm thinking go on to Zoom so that way we can do attendance. So you can have that. You can even log in with your laptop and log in with Zoom. What? Yeah.
Okay, you want us to do both?
Yeah, log in. Anyways, we'll have it. Then we'll have it. You'll be on YouTube as well. It's okay. Because we have some people that are also online. Doug and Dalton, you know that we're also in the lab today. Dalton, you look good. You're in the lab. So you and Doug.
I completely forgot. You want me to head over?
Can you do the Ninja Trader on your machine, on your computer?
I have a I have a Windows, so yes.
Okay, so you can be on there. Hey, this is like we're having dual people here. So you can remain online, okay? And you can remain online with the others.
Okay.
Red, huh? Okay. All right, I'm going to start. Any questions before we begin? We're doing kind of like a hybrid triple study way to do it. So you can log in as well. What I want to do today is go through all the exercises with you. So hopefully everybody knows that this lab has Ninja Trader in SBA 204 has Ninja Trader as well. So let me go ahead and I'm recording and we'll start. We have some issues here. Daniel, do I have some issues? Because I want to get started. Clark, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering how I can access the picture.
How you don't need Citrix. You can just go. Don't they just need, in this case, they just need to, do they? The computer is based in Ninja Trader. So the first thing that you need to do, those of you who are with me, is you can go to Ninja Trader on the desktop. You should see, we see Ninja Trader. Is that available on all the desktops, Daniel?
Oh, wait, same thing as it's not when you're using Citrix, you're connecting to basic always.
Does the Citrix work? Oh, let me just take this off. And make sure that you mute.
You like.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And today we're going to be talking about strategy. And the strategy that we're going to do is called a sample moving And what I want by the end of the class for everyone is I want you to tell me what is the algorithm of the built-in strategy for SMA. So if I'm looking for the built-in strategy for SMA, this is what we're going to be looking at. So the first thing that I want to do is there's two ways that you can use NinjaTrader. You can either use NinjaTrader on a Windows machine that's downloaded on version 8, or you can use it via our virtual machine. So for this class, I'm going to be using the virtual machine. Under what's due. So I see what's due is we have, today is the 25th, and we have on Monday, September 30th, we have the back testing assignment due. So if I go to my back testing of what under assignments, instructions, I see under the assignment instructions, I have the automated trading system back testing exercise. And then today I'm also going to go over back testing the index and optimizing the trading algorithm. So let's get started. Who has not gotten into NinjaTrader? Raise your hand. So what I suggest you do is try to get on the desktop. Do you see on the desktop the NinjaTrader? Yes. You want to, Sebastian, you want to help her? Okay. Are you trying on the school's computer? So help your neighbor. Who else hasn't gotten into NinjaTrader? What is the issue? What? Hold on. Log into the different. Can you log into your computer? Try logging into your computer. What? Yeah. Okay, does everybody have it in here?
Oh, I'm helping whoever does it.
Okay, who, can you help these folks here?
Yeah. Download, wait, is it download?
Yeah.
Try it.
Excuse me. I have a question.
Yes, what's the question?
So I'm logged in on a browser creator and I create an account, but it's asking like more information to like complete the like social security number and stuff. Is that supposed to happen or?
He's trying to use the brokerage.
Yeah, you have to download the NinjaTrader download to your Windows machine. Rhett,
So
you can't use the browser.
that's what
You
I,
have to download it to your machine or use the connection, Rhett.
so where exactly would I go to choose then?
Just use the Miami Herbert, use the connection like I said before. Like when you go to your, on the instructions page, where you see the VDI demonstration, just click on this link here called herbert.miami.edu/VLab. Or you just can come physically to the lab if you'd like. Who else isn't on yet? Raise your hand in the class. Does anybody have it working on the computer itself? Who has it working on the Windows machines? Yeah, just get it to work on the Windows machines. That's the easiest. Just get it. Clark, can you help her? Next, help your neighbors. Okay.
I just want to download it so I can have a Windows. I do that through a browser, correct?
Yeah, well, you do it through the browser in the way that you have to sign up, and then you said you want to download the desktop. So you have to download the desktop version of Windows 8. Or you can do, like I said before,
Citrix.
right, and then you can just use a virtual machine.
Yeah.
Okay, who else has not started? Everyone else, raise your hand if you are having issues with NinjaTrader. What?
Oh, sorry.
You're in, but what?
None of my things are showing. That makes sense. When I click on my action, for example, nothing comes
Okay. Who else is having issues? Anyone else raise your hand? Tracy, are you having issues? Okay. Who else? Who else is having issues? Okay, folks, we're gonna get started. So if you're a NinjaTrader,
Yes.
you log in. If you're doing it remotely, you log in with your username and ID.
It's supposed to block the RDP port on the school Wi-Fi.
So,
So it has to be guest. Kane's guest, if they do the laptop.
okay, so you need the Kane's guest
Yeah,
for their laptop.
I didn't think of that.
So you may want to put that in the instructions when you're on campus, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, this is for, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have.
Really close. I don't know. I just did time. I just- one type. Oh, here's-
Who else needs help? Sebastian, thank you. Okay, do you have a Ninja Trader running, Jason? Okay. Okay, folks, can I get your attention? If you want to talk, send each other text messages. All right. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a strategy. And what is a strategy? It's a set of basically functions with if-then rules. So at this case, what do we need to do first then, JC? We need to connect to what? To data. So what am I going to do is I'm going to go to connections. I'm going to go to connect end of day free. I should hear the symbol. And at this point, what should I do in this case is I should do what? I'm going to go to my chart and I'm going to be able to see what the data feed is. Questions? At this point, what I'd like to do is I'd like to pick a symbol. And the symbol that I am going to pick, I'll pick IBM. And at this point, IBM, I pick it and it should be end of data. So make sure that the type says what? What should the type say? Day, because we're end of day. So your type should be end of day, and you should have, since it's end of day, we should have 365 days. When we have 365 days, the end date is today. And in this case, I'm just going to say, okay, and you should get a chart. It says it's loading, and in the top left corner, it says IBM Daily. And I can see IBM Daily. This is a chart where a strategy is not connected. A strategy is not connected. So I want at this point to find out what is my strategy? And this is something new that we haven't done before, is I want to look at the code that produces this strategy. I want to look at the code that produces this strategy. And the way that I can look at this code that produces this strategy is by going to the Ninja script editor. Does everybody see that? So I have the Ninja script editor. I click on it and I should see an editor hopefully coming up. And my Ninja script editor is right behind. And in this case, I see on my right-hand corner, I see a number of folders, and one of the folders is strategies. What strategy are we going to be using? If I look at I know I'm going to use sample. What strategy did I say we're going to be using, JC? Sample MA crossover. Very good. So I'm going to click on the sample MA crossover here, and I'm going to try to make the code. This is code, and I'm going to try to make the code in larger font so you can see it. So I'm going to make it in a larger font. I'll make it 31. And I'll say okay, and I apply. This is the code to write a strategy. Many times now, we have what we call no code. And the no code means that a lot of times we don't have to write the code. We just give it the algorithm we have. And we said before we had two moving averages. We had one of 10 days, which we call fast. And we have another one called slow. And lines 66 through 68 are the most important. These lines here, which says if and else if. What we did is, this is what it says. If the cross fast moving average crosses above the slow moving average, what should I do, Sebastian? Right here, look at my cursor. You see my cursor? It says if crossover above, I have two moving averages, Sebastian. One is a fast moving average, which is in our case 10 days. And then the other moving average is slow, which is 25 days. Why is slow? Because it's longer than it's going to take us to do. And now what it says, if that happens, if my fast moves above my slow, what should the computer do? Read the next line. Enter long. And what do you think enter long means? Buy it. It's a built-in function and it says buy. So you could write the pseudocode, Sebastian, if the fast crosses above the slow moving average, then buy. Else, if it crosses below, the fast crosses below, what should we do? Basically, it says enter short. In this case, it means short. It means we're going to borrow the stock and we're going to bet the market goes down. We could have, Sebastian, put in just sell, or we could have put in just exit. So if I asked you, you picked a SMA for a certain stock and your shorts were negative, and I asked you, what would you change in the algorithm? You could have said, instead of enter short, enter exit or enter sell. That's the logic of the strategy. Questions? Questions from my audience as well. So after I've done that, I want to go to a strategy. And first of all, I have to pick a stock. I picked IBM. And in this case, I want to go to a strategy, and I want to double click sample MA crossover. I want to highlight it, and I see what? Fast is 10 periods, 25 is slow. And what do I want to do? What's important at this case to do? What should I do? Enabled. Everybody see enabled, not checked? You want to check enabled. And what should I do at this point? I say apply. And it says order confirmation, okay. I say okay. And now how do I check the strategy performance? I can go to right click, strategy performance, sample MA, go to historical and real time. And I see in this case, what do I have to change? I see dollar amount. What do I need to change? I have to change to percentage. I changed to percent, and this says 42%. And how do I export? I export. I give it a name. What name should I give it? I'm going to give it then, I'm going to be using IBM, the ticker symbol. After the ticker symbol, it's going to be, I'm using SMA. And the percent, 1025. And the percent is what? 42%. And then put my name. I highlight my name. I copy it to the buffer. I save. And Excel comes up. I put it in. I can put it in a cell with the information. Rename my sheet to IBM SMA 1025. And the percent is 42%. I save it and then I upload it in my subdirectory, just like it says in group 0. Questions? Who has not gotten this far? What is the issues?
Something I'm just like, wait.
Okay. Who has gotten it? Raise your hand if you've finished. So who has finished one per? Those that have finished, can you help others just to get them up and running? So questions from my audience. So Rhett, what's going on?
I'm still having trouble with Ninja Trader.
So come over. Just come over.
Okay, all right.
Because you're going to keep on doing, you know what, the computer's still not intelligent. It's going to do the same thing each time. It's just easier for you to come and then we'll help you.
All right, where exactly is the lab again?
We're in the School of Business, the 2nd floor, SBA 204.
All right, that's 3204. All right,
Okay, that'll be the easiest.
bye-bye.
Okay. Let me just see who needs help? What's the issue?
I just don't know how to read it.
What?
I don't know how to read it.
Rename what? Yeah, we have the key, right? We have the key. What's that? File say that. Just do file say that. File say that. You got it? And then highlight where you have the percentage. You have it? Well, you want to put, okay, you can put the symbol. Put the symbol you use. Let me show you mine. Do you see it here? It basically, the symbol you use, the SMA 1025, the percent for your net profit and your name. Get it?
I'm sure Morgan.
Go to connection. No, end of day. Did you get it? Get the strategy? Now, right click, or go to strategy. Strategy. Let's say, double this, right? Yeah. Oh, you have twice, one.
Yeah.
Then just.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do, end of day, enable, get the enable. Who else needs help? Everybody's at the time that we're ready to go? We're gonna go to the next part. Everybody has the time. What, how do you do? I mean. We'll get to the strategy report, right?
It's like research.
Right? And then put some percent.
I already did.
Okay.
I put it on this.
Okay.
Oh, I got it already.
Okay. All right?
Professor.
Yeah.
Can I do it for this one?
What?
Is it
So it's gonna be the same on my computer now.
every time I do this?
Like, yeah, if everything's negative, you have to do another one. You have to do a symbol that gets you positive. If you have negative, why even do it, right? So pick another symbol. How do you pick a number? Just right in the middle there, just type another symbol. Oh, yeah. If you get the data, sure. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't even hear it, don't you get that? If it has the data, yeah. Well, to naming it, you have to put the symbol, right? And then you want to do the, what's the strategy, estimate 1025? You want to do the percent that you got, the total net profit, and your name. You want to add it to the Ninja Trader because the Ninja Trader already gives you the time and date. So you know what, Daniel, from a lot of the questions, you can see how you can improve the assignment in terms of giving examples, because people didn't know what the ticker meant and others. So how are we doing? Who needs who has a question? Raise your hand if you haven't gotten it.
It's
You get it done?
Like, we're not allowed to-
Where do I see that?
You just have to do-
You're installing
It's like the top left corner.
If you go back.
Not-
Oh, okay. So we're gonna put,
Save not here. It's good. I'll have to take that different. That's what we're trying to-
don't see a green, right? Don't see a green connection. You have to always connect the data. Click on the first one.
Okay. I'm gonna run it.
Oh, right? If you don't have data, that's why you don't get a chart. So what question do you have? Okay, folks. I'm gonna start doing the second. You want me to go on to the second assignment or wait for to show you what it is? Okay,
Wait a second.
yeah. Tell me when I can move on. Who else needs help? Everybody got that first one done? Where are we lost? Who doesn't have? What's the problem? What do you mean, were you submitting it from the laptop or what? From the BDI? You can basically, one way you can just save it to your OneDrive. Your OneDrive. It says, it gives you your OneDrive there, right? When you say save, it gives you an option. Does it give you an option when you say save as? Yeah, save as OneDrive. And then from anywhere you can get the desktop. What else? Who needs help? You have everything done? Okay. Okay, what else? Who needs help? What do you need? So the file save as, save it to the desktop or something like that, or save it to the hard drive. But to give you save as, and then you have OneDrive here, University of Miami, you have an account there, and then anywhere you can log in, you can get your OneDrive. Fine, so no help. Do me a favor, sit next to see Sebastian over there. Sit next to him. He's got it complete. Will you help him? Okay. I'm gonna start doing, can I continue? Let me continue here. And those of you, at least those of you that are ahead, can see what I'm doing. Who has not finished? 1, 2, 3. Right here. You see, Sebastian. Sebastian, raise your hand. Daniel, let Sebastian. Okay. Who else? Daniel, who else needs help? We're okay, just over here, and then we're going to start. Everybody else is good? I'm going to start going over it. Okay. Now my next assignment. Everybody listening? How many symbols did you choose? 1. How many symbols are in the S&P 30? In the S&P, in the Dow 30? 30. How many are in the S&P 500? 500. And how many are in the NASDAQ 100? 100. If I ask you now go through the NASDAQ 100 and pick the highest net profit for the S&P, for the SMA 1025, would you want to do it 100 times? No way. Would you want to do it 500 times? No way. Would you even want to do it 30 times? So what we're going to do is the second exercise, or the second part and the third part, are what we call the strategy analyzer. And the strategy analyzer can allow you to select several symbols and the computer will process them. So let's start. I'm going to close my chart. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm back. I make sure I have connections. And instead of chart, I'm going to go to look for strategy analyzer. Everybody hear me? I want to go to strategy analyzer. And see what happens. I have strategy analyzer, and you can see in my performance, it all says that I have zeros. So now what I want to do, my goal is to back test several symbols and pick and order the total net profit from highest to lowest. So, everybody at Strategy Analyzer? I'm at Strategy Analyzer. Are you? Nikita, are you at Strategy Analyzer yet? Okay, you haven't finished the other one? You want to help her? So, what do I need to do? I have on Strategy Analyzer, I have back test. The strategy, I have to choose the same strategy that I've used all along. And that strategy is what? Sample MA crossover. The strategy parameter is 1025. And now I want to select an instrument. What? Back test, sample SMA, fast, slow. The instrument I want to do is I want to do the instrument. And at this point, I can do the Dow 30. I can do the Dow. I can do the NASDAQ 100. I can do the S&P 500. Let me start with the Dow 30. So how many stocks? If I click on the Dow 30, you'll see right above here, it says select all. So I'm going to select all. And what else needs to be changed? Before I do anything else, there's something else that needs to be changed here. Minute to day, perfect. I need to change minute to day. And what else do I need to change? I want this to look the same as I did for the one single stock. What?
I like this.
Okay. No? You want to go? Now go.
But yeah.
Okay, now go to your strategy. What else am I missing here? That's not the same. Is this the exact same thing as I saw before? You have the list of the, you have it? Go through it?
Yeah, I got it.
What?
Yeah, I agree.
Who helped you?
Dylan.
Dylan, good. Dylan, very good. Extra credit. Okay, Dylan, you help other people get extra credit. Dylan, what is not the same here versus the other? Who else needs help? Dylan, what else does, Dylan, do me a favor. Help this kid over there in the corner. We're gonna help each other, right? See, he's got extra credit and he thinks he's not gonna do it, right? So, Dylan, get on, right. What what is missing here? This is a question that we have, Jason. What is not the same here as we have for the what? Start date. That's the question. So what do we want to do for the start date? We need to change the start date to what? To September 24th, right? To the 25th. We can do the 25th. And now what should I do? Run it. How many times do you think it's going to run? 30. And if I did 500, I'm doing 30. You can do 500. You will it in this case. I love it because then what? I don't want to do it 500 times the same thing. I don't want to do it 30 times the same thing. So I'm running it I'm running the same strategy 100 times or 500 times. And now I have 2 screens. This is a little bit tricky. There's a bug in NinjaTrader. So those of you that are with me, I want to change the percentage. Notice the top only says dollars, and I want it, even though it says percentage, I'm going to change it to currency first. Daniel, I think, changed it to points first. It doesn't matter. And now I want to change it back to percent. And I have percent, and I want the total net profit. I want the highest first. So I'm going to double click this column. And what do I end up having? Antonio? What do I end up having? Okay, what do I have? Look at it. What do I have? What turned out to be the highest? What? Okay, which day? Yeah, it may be different the timing. So we have 25 to 25. We'll have 25. No, because I have 24. That's why. So it's that last day. So in that case, you changed it. And now what would you do? In this case, what would you do here is I could then do the same thing of export. And what is the highest one? MMM is the highest one for 53%. It did better than IBM. And now I would do what? I'd add the same thing. So this is going to be, I'm using the Dow 30. So I would do Dow 30 and it's MMM. And it's 50, the total net profit is 53.53%. And I put my name. And I copy it right here. And right now, this is my new one. I can insert a new line here. And I can then highlight my new company that's the highest. Change the tab. Rename it to Dow 30 MMM 53%. Save as. And then I could save it. Saving to my desktop, you could save it other places. So what do we do there? Stock analyzer, then I can back test many symbols. And what else can I do then in this case is I could even make my own list. Say I wanted healthcare stocks or fintech stocks. And I can make my own list and then have it go through. You got it? Questions? Dylan, did you finish?
No.
Okay, well, how can I help you? What do you need me to review? Anything? Okay. So the purpose, Dylan, is what? Is to analyze many symbols at one time. Why would you want it? Wouldn't it be, it's silly for you to keep on doing it many times and think about all the, how AI works, all the automated systems. It's doing it every minute or every tick, right? Yes.
I'm having trouble getting it to run properly.
Having what run properly?
It's like not showing any like information when I click run.
Okay, how, what's not showing?
Like I have all the
Strategy, analyze, go all the way to the top, get back test, the SMA. Okay, got that. And now you have the Dow 30. Okay, you have to run it.
Yeah, I did. And I like did this.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Should we upload it?
Yeah, upload it when you're done, just like we did before. And then if you want, I'll go through the third exercise with you. You want to? You have to do it. So if you don't want, let me show you what the third exercise is. The third exercise is what? Optimization. We're doing right now, Sebastian, what parameters? The fast is how many days? And how many is slow? 25. How about, let's say, 11:26, 12:26, 13:26. Let's say I have a range. You want to go through all the different combinations? No way. And do I even want to go through all the different combinations in basic otherwise? So that's called optimization. I can give a, basically, I can give a range for what I want fast to do. I can give a range for what I want slow, and let the computer do what? All the parameters and all the different, basically, combinations, permutations, and have it rank order and tell me what is not, for the SMA, what is the best parameters and what are the best stocks. Or even your highest stock of MM or IBM, what are my best symbols there? And how do I go about doing it? Look at this in this case, Sebastian, that if I look at it, instead of back test, what should I do? You see where it says optimization? I can do optimization. And at this case, you see where it says fast? For instance, I could do fast going from 10 to 20. And I can go slow. I can do, let's say we'll do slow, in this case, 30 to 40. You pick your range. I don't care. And the beauty is, if you picked a bigger range and I had to do it manually, I'd say, forget it, Sebastian, right? And now you could do the Dow 30, or I could even just do, in this case, you could just do one symbol. Give me the best. I can do one symbol. In this case, I'll do the Dow 30. I'll change my date. I have the right dates. And now, how many times do you think it's going to run? 3,630. What? And I'm hands up. And what do? I find those and I look at those, and the same thing I sort it and find what are the best parameters, what are the best stages. Yes. So what do you think? Was this worth it to come to lab?
Yes.
I thought like one time to come here and at least to see where are we, get rather than put some people online, for instance, we keep on doing the same thing over and over again, right? Now what I'm going to do it, notice what's interesting here is make sure those of you that are ahead, if you go to properties, you'll see that you have summary of all the days that you can change. You can decide to put in certain ones. For instance, on results, you can put a date if you want, so you can see which dates I used. I could put the end date if I want. I could do the start date. I can do profit per month. But here is an important thing. Notice if I go to my gross profit, my net profit I want. Let me say, okay. Under my total net profit, you want it to be from highest to lowest. And in this case, I have what? IBM having 1032, I get 85%. So I double it. Do you see that, Dylan? You can basically figure that out, and then you can change. And some people can say, depending on the industry, I can have that. And I saved the same thing. I set that up. Where what did I do? I used then optimization, sample crossover, and I used 1020. So for the way in which I save it, I used optimization. I used Dow 30, and I did the fast. But you used something else, 1020, and I used the slow 30, 40. And when I save it, I export it. I do the same thing that I know that I did optimization, Dow 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, and my highest was IBM 85% and my name. And I save it. And here I make sure I double click my columns. So I make sure I see everything. I can put it right up here. And then I save. And I change my sheet with rename. Dow 30, and what was it? IBM 1032. And save. So you can do it with for one thing or another. Okay. We'll end officially here. I'll stay with you. If you have questions, we'll meet online next week. Oh yeah, we want to, if you're logged in, you can do attendance. So let me stop sharing and we'll do attendance. Checked in. You can do attendance if you like. 2414. If you want attendance, 2414. So that's the beginning. Think about what generative AI can do. This is not even anything about AI, right? This is just automatic. What? So that's the beauty. Just can close it, I think. So stay with me after. So Dylan, so come see me. And Sebastian too. Both get extra credit today. So what did you make? What is your major? So what do you think of?
I think it's really good. I've used the Bloomberg terminals before.
Okay.
So those are really good, but this one's also interesting.
Yeah,
It's easy to-
so we can use, basically what's interesting is that, think about AI then.
Mhm.
If you want to work with me in terms of, think about, then basically the system can go through a lot of that, start doing the predictions. And what you do is just, and you give it, what's my objective? I want the highest profit.
Yeah.
it can go through and it can
Thousands and thousands.
You're gonna change your
Yeah.
layout.
throughout the entire day, right? 24/7, right? You can do different markets, but you can say, hey, our fund, basically, we're just concentrating on these types of, we're in the crypto market, or we're in the healthcare, or we're certain ones we want to do end of day, we want to do swing trading. You tell it, and then you also feed it then like sentiments,
Yeah.
like the stock market sentiments, what's available there. Do you have classes afterwards?
I do.
No, you have what class? And you have a class? Fine. So,
Critical thinking, persuasion.
okay. But I'm just saying, so if you're interested in,
Yeah, definitely.
in being, teaching assistants and training, you know what I mean? Because that's
Yeah.
what we want to do. Besides just helping the other students, it's, we're gonna have like projects and looking at, basically going beyond this and looking at, the Gen AI and performing that. So I just wanted to, okay, great.
Awesome, thank you.
And then help your group, your
Yeah,
group
of
members
course.
get them, now you know it, get them up and running so we can do some more exciting things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than being kind of bogged down where we're getting, people are stuck on one little thing, didn't know I'm supposed to change from minute to day, and you can be looking, or I didn't know I was even supposed to connect to the feed.
Yeah.
So we don't need to, we can do some more exciting things in class, great.
Thank you.
If you didn't finish a part of it, should you just do it on your computer at home?
Yeah, but save your word. Did you save it?
Yeah.
Okay, save it and then continue on.
Okay.
It's not due, it's not due today. You understand? So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So how far did you get?
I'm in like the middle of part 2.
Perfect. You have any experience with computers before this?
No.
So, you know what I'm saying? So you get more and more, so help your other
Yeah.
students in your group, you know what I mean? So they can get along.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome.
I didn't get the attendance card while I was still on.
Oh, okay,
I was submitting mine.
okay. What's your last name?
ARUT.
What?
ARUT. And then for item.
Do I see it here? Okay. So did this help coming to the lab? Do you understand? You've been sitting there all day long. Okay. Okay.
Boom.
All right, well, see you around.
And we got it.
Which ones did you get? Do them all?
1 and 2, not 3 and 4.
Okay, but it's the same thing.
No,
No.
3 and 4 is the same.
What 3 and 4 is basically doing, one is, what, how far did you get? Did you do the optimization or back testing?
Okay,
We did back test.
Back testing. So now you know where it was, the back testing on the strategy analyzer. Let me show you.
Oh, that guy, you got
This,
that.
but no, just look here. So basically, where you had this back testing is the first one, pull that down and you'll have optimization.
So is optimization the second assignment? Oh, okay, so we did both.
No, but there's, you had to do optimization too. It was on the second assignment, there were different parts.
Optimization, the one where you teach out 30.
That was back testing. I'm just confused because assignment 4 is the name of what we just did, but it's not the 4th assignment. It's like the second one technically. That's what's.
No, it's different. It's optimization of a single thing, of an index. There's back testing, there's optimization. Yeah.
So help them out.
No.
It's slightly different, my friend.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Did it help coming to the lab?
Oh, yeah, I mean, Emily felt more productive. Like,
What?
Emily was like more helpful, like having person.
Okay, so we'll see each other online, but this way you know that the lab is available too, and then maybe we'll do another like a help lab or, an extra class where people need it. And we can reserve, we'll reserve the lab, okay?
Thank you.
And congratulations to Daniel. We didn't thank him. He's really, I was gonna thank him in the beginning, but he's done a great job. Thank you. Okay.
So, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's like the first time, huh? Like the first date.
Well, no, each part is its own time. Oh, okay, so. But you do have to. Technically. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
How far did you get?
I finished the assignment.
All of them?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Probably whatever we did in class.
Oh, okay, okay. So there's more to do, but at least you got the idea. Okay. So Daniel, you have class coming up.
I do.
So can you just come by
I'll come right after.
right after, which ends when?
6:20.
Okay, so come by at
6:20.
6:20.
building.
Oh, okay, so just come down at 6:20.
Good
And-
luck with it next.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how should I approach this? Let me just close
Whoever's
my,
done the assignment and done it correct, we should ask them to tell people how to do it.
yeah, but I'm just saying that I should just wait. Make it more like a lab